Hello everyone! In this video, I'll briefly introduce training LoRA for the Wan model. I've updated my script's new version to support Wan model training on a UI, simplifying setup and training on the modal platform. Here are some results using the trained LoRA to generate video. The training data and LoRA file are linked in the comments below. Okay, let's get started. First, clone this repo. I'll leave the link in the comments. I've also attached a data folder in this repo as an example named mch01. Next, register an account on modal.com and Hugging Face using only an email, no extra requirements. Since I've already registered, it logs in automatically. Next, follow the installation guide by copying the commands and pasting them into the command window. These commands set up a virtual environment and install some necessary libraries locally. Note that if the virtual environment is activated successfully, you'll see the env name displayed like this. We only install some basic libraries to run the Gradio interface locally. Libraries and models related to the training process will be installed and downloaded on the cloud. Next, we'll create tokens for modal and Hugging Face. You can save the tokens to a text file if desired. To paste copied content into the CMD window, right-click or use Shift+Insert. This command is used to set up the token for Hugging Face in the modal environment. You can use this command or configure it through the modal website interface. Note that the token name must be Hugging Face token. Next, log into Hugging Face on the local machine using the token just created. This is for listing files folders of a Hugging Face repo when using the download function in the Gradio interface. We've finished installing the necessary packages and tokens locally. Now, launch the Gradio interface. You can choose the training model as Wan2.1 or Wan. Note that the type of model trained will be the one deployed. I'll example with training the Wan model. Press the Deploy button and the process will build images, including installing libraries and downloading models needed for training and testing LoRA. I use Comfy UI to test LoRA. Since I've already built the image before, the model download process won't happen again. It will use the stored models, so rebuilding the image is quick. For the first deploy, it takes a few minutes. You can view the deployed app on the modal website and check the downloaded models in the storage section under the HF cache volume. Next, we need to copy the dataset folder into the program's directory, then press the Scan Dataset button to load the data folder. Here, I've prepared a sample dataset, including video clips and corresponding caption files. Since it's a new training, I won't check Resume Training. This feature is only used when there's an existing checkpoint file from previous training. I'll also uncheck Enable Testing for now. I'll test LoRA in a later step. The settings below are based on my experience. I usually increase micro batch size and gradient accumulation steps to leverage the high VRAM of GPU H100. After setting up the parameters, press Save All Config and then start training. You can go to Modal to view detailed logs of the process and check hardware-related metrics in the Metrics tab. I noticed an error in the first run. Checking the log, I found it was related to the dataset. I had to stop, review the documentation and code for training data processing. I wasn't going to mention this part, but after encountering the error, I think I should briefly explain how the original diffusion pipe training program handles input data. My previous setup had 20 videos repeated 5 times for 100 samples. With 10 buckets, some had fewer than 32 samples, causing failures. I created this illustration for easier visualization. You can see that with too many buckets, the data gets scattered, and any bucket with fewer than 32 samples will cause this error. So, if the training data has few aspect ratios, too many buckets scatter the data and cause errors. After setting buckets to 1 or disabling them because my data has only 1 ratio and rerunning, I got an out-of-memory error due to a high micro-batch size of 8. Since errors often occur due to incorrect data settings, I added a function to automatically suggest setting values based on each dataset. This function scans the data folder, analyzes the resolution, frame rate, frame count of each video, and total video count to calculate the settings. To use data more efficiently, I also modified frame buckets input to support a list format, auto-filled based on video lengths in the dataset. So, to use this feature, just press the Auto Settings button. You can still adjust the values if desired, then press Save All Config and Start Training. After training, we can check the training process in the tensor board to see if the loss decreases steadily across epochs. If something seems off, we may need to review the dataset, learning rate, and other settings. To test LoRA, go to the Test Settings tab, click Get Test Folders to load training result folders from Modal's volume. Select the folder and epoch to test. Upload the corresponding image and prompt. Then, set the values below and press Start Test LoRA. You can monitor the test progress via the command window or Modal website. Once completed, view results in Test Result by clicking Get Test Results to load them. Files are named based on the test epoch, image sequence number, and test date time. You can also check results stored in the program's cache folder. To upload results to Hugging Face or download them to Modal's volume, yes, in some cases you might need to, go to the Hugging Face tab, check or uncheck upload options, enter the repo name, click Refresh to list result folders from Modal's volume, then select the folder and Epoch Global Step to upload. The Epoch folder contains the LoRA file for inference, while the Global Step folder holds files needed to resume training. Click Upload to start. Check the Hugging Face link to see uploaded files. These settings work similarly in the Download tab. Please watch this video for more details on the program's settings. So, that's it. If you find this program helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I might add more features later. Feel free to leave any suggestions in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful.